Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Blonde Fox, and today we're going to continue playing some more Tales of Arise. So, last time we left off, we were basically exploring around the town and everything, trying to find out, okay, what's going on? Why are there no slaves? Is everyone really this free? Is it all an act? That kind of thing. And basically, we didn't find any evidence that there was anything wrong with the place. And we actually got invited by the head of the guards, which is actually be a Danon, which was surprising, and we were invited to go meet with Dolahim himself, so that's what we're gonna go do, and hopefully this isn't a trap, because Renwell is very suspicious that this is all a trap, but it is what it is, because, Shion made a great point that basically, no point in being stealthy now, because the whole town knows we're here, so anyways, enough with all the talking, let's just get right into it. So change up, we're playing as Shion now, even though poor Alphen didn't get to do much last episode. And there we go. So let's start heading back to the palace then. Oh, I missed something. There we go. And just a bunch of tomato. Why do they have a bunch of tomatoes in the corner? Well, I guess it could be for food. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's exit. Let's see.
I don't sense any more enemies.
You sensed enemies while we were in there. Oop, looks like we got a skit.
I just don't get it. The Danons have endured years of suffering. How could they just turn around and trust the Renans all of a sudden?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. But I guess they must have a pretty good reason, right?
Like what? What could erase 300 years of pain and suffering?
Maybe it's precisely because they suffered for so long that they see Dohalim as something of a savior.
Hey, whose side are you on here, Alphen?
Relax, Rinwell. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't jump to assumptions about these people until we know more about the situation.
I just don't get it.
Poor Renwell's having a really tough time with this, isn't she? I wonder what happened to her to make her hate the Renans so much. I mean, I understand, everyone hates the Renans, but... You know what I mean? Like, she must have had something very severe for her to have this much of a grudge. Because even Law's been okay with Shion, but she still seems to not be comfortable around her. Yeah, you gonna let us into the palace?
Hey!
You again. After we parted ways, an urgent petition from the citizenry came in. Lord Dolahim is currently busy responding to it. As such, I must ask for you to wait until he finishes his business. Once preparations are complete, I'll lead the way. Okay.
Pretty fancy place they got here.
There's no way this isn't a trap.
Your guests, my lord.
Thank you, Kisara. You're the wielder of the blazing sword, the liberator of Calaglia. You do dress humbly for someone of such grandeur. But where are my manners? I am the ruler of Elda Menencia. I'm Lord Dohalim Ilkaris.
If you know who we are, then you know how strange it is to invite us into your palace.
I thought I'd clear up your misconceptions before things could escalate. What do you say? You did come here to defeat me, did you not?
Perhaps, and what if we did? Are you planning to fight us here?
I don't think that will be necessary. After all, I imagine you've taken in a fair amount of his scent by this point. Have you come across even one slave being abused? Soldiers killing for sport? Suffering of any form? I would hazard that you have not. For I have liberated Menencia from its suffering and brought joy to its people. But if these results are not enough to stay your sword... I commend you for your boldness, but it won't work on me. Still, Your would-be assassination cannot go unpunished.
Alphen!
Fair enough. Allow me to host you for dinner. We shall continue our talk then. Kelzelik,
Yes, my lord.
please escort our guests if you would be so kind.
As you wish, sire.
That's what you get for being so careless.
What I get? What were you thinking attacking him on your own?
What are you upset about? Our whole goal is supposed to be overthrowing the Lords. Remember?
He could have been hurt.
And it wouldn't have been the first time either. What's gotten into you?
Hey, you do know that Alphen is really just worried about you, right?
He's worried?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. But maybe not.
At least, Sean, you didn't realize the dude was freaked out that you were gonna get yourself killed. Ooh, awesome. Okay, that's gonna be useful. Yeah, slides and fires into the ground, causing an explosion that launches enemies. Yeah, that could be useful. Ooh, this. No, we gotta go for this. Art casting mobility. Yes. Oh, that is gonna be so much better. This one could be useful if I use her ailment attacks a lot, but I don't think I have that. I don't think I have them equipped anymore, so we'll actually go with this. There we go. So that was interesting.
It pains me to see that Renan cuisine isn't to your liking. I asked my chefs to prepare only the finest delicacies available. 2 wasted opportunities.
Why did you set the Danans here free when you took over?
But you are mistaken. You see, I may rule single-handedly, but on my own, even I cannot change the order of things. But what is within my power is the welfare of the people, the fostering of a mutual respect among the classes. This I can change.
Sounds a lot like the Danans are still oppressed, if you ask me.
Only in the sense they continue to serve as laborers, yes. However, I assure you they are fairly compensated for their efforts. This harmony we strive for is the current pinnacle of Renan-Danan coexistence.
Harmony and coexistence between the Renans and the Danans.
What about the crown contest? This doesn't exactly make you a shoo-in.
And yet, the Danans here are even more productive than when they used to face daily lashings. In any case, the crown contest is of little importance to me, and even less to Elda Menencia. You see, I have no interest in becoming sovereign. Stop this! Please! It's over! Stop!
How could you? I swear, I'll
It is not by choice that one assumes the throne of a realm. But sovereign is a different matter entirely. I have no interest in playing their game.
Are you saying you'll withdraw from the contest?
I guess if you don't plan to ascend the throne, there's not much reason to harvest energy from Danins, is there?
Let the ambitious fight it out amongst themselves. All I care for is maintaining peace throughout my realm.
So what? Your personal desires are all that matter to you?
Take a look in the mirror. I may not play their games, but you have outright betrayed your own. You've torn down 2 of my fellow lords. What precisely is your aim? Spare me your answer. I care not for your reasons. Suffice it to say, I will not impede you. That said, should you threaten the peace of my realm, I will respond. I suggest you conclude your business and leave Menancia at your earliest convenience. Kelzelik. Our guests depart. Please see to their lodgings for the night.
I shall arrange for rooms for you all at a local inn. It is a short ways down the road. You may stay there for the night, after which I suggest you promptly make your departure.
Damn, look at how ritzy this place is.
Well, that went well.
How many rooms do you think it's got?
Don't you think you're being a little too relaxed? They could strike at any moment.
If they were...
So you're the blazing sword of Calaglia now, huh? Come to think of it, I remember Ganabelt calling you that too.
Yeah, you're getting to be pretty famous among the lords.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing either.
What do you mean? That's something you should be proud of, if anything, Alphen. They're scared of you, man. You're a real badass.
It's not as simple as that, Law. The more well-known he is, the more people might come after him.
No, that's not what I'm worried about.
It isn't?
When people call me that, it feels like there's something hanging over me that shouldn't be there. It's hard to put into words, but it's something that doesn't feel like a part of me. Something I can't let be a part of me. Or else.
Well, I still think it's pretty amazing, but that's just me.
Are you just going to keep standing around or what?
Sorry, I'm just getting prepped over here.
Okay, so... Oh, there's so many rooms here, and the problem is a lot of them had, like, chests and stuff in them. Oh dear, so we're gonna have to explore all that. Okay, let's start checking rooms. Start stealing from the palace, right? Okay, so we'll start on this end. That's one of the things about these type of games is you gotta check every nook and cranny to find everything. Let's see... Oh, what's this? Found a hastily scrawled note. Commerce with Mahog Sar grows more inscrutable by the day. We send vast quantities of resources, but only receive a pittance of dodgy goods in return. Is his lordship aware of this?
So what is Mahog Sar exactly?
One of the 5 realms of Dana. From the sound of it, Kelzelik had some dealings with them.
Selection of books on etiquette. The titles alone make your posture go rigid. Yep, reminder to sit up straight, right? Okay, so that's all that's in this room. Let's see. Next. I mean, technically we could probably come back and get, like, a lot of this stuff later, but the problem is if there's any... I can't remember if there's any, like, armor or anything in any of these. And we don't want to miss out on getting some good free equipment, you know? Especially because I'm sure there's going to be more battles ahead, right? I I mean, Dolahim did make some really good points. Oh, this was just taking us to the second floor back in here. He did make some really good points. Yeah, he was a little harsh with his words, especially towards, like, Shion and stuff. But, excuse me. But he did make a very good point that basically, you know, whenever Shion called him out for doing it for selfish reasons, it's just like, well, why is she choosing to, you know, take down all the lords? Is it not for her own personal reasons? She isn't doing it out of the goodness of her heart. She's doing it to gain something out of it. Which that actually reminds me of something I think I saw, was it on Tumblr, I think? They were talking about this thing going around. I can't remember if it was like a study that was done, or if it was just something that a philosopher once wrote or something. So take it with what I say with a grain of salt, because I can't remember exactly. But basically it was talking about how there's a lot of people who feel like they're not good people because they only do good things in order to benefit themselves. But it was talking about the fact that basically, well, even if you only do good things in order to benefit yourself, it doesn't take from the fact that you did it. Chest. Dang it was just me. That you did still do a good thing. So yes, you are technically still a good person, because you're still doing good things, albeit, yes, for selfish reasons, but you're still doing good. It was something along the lines, I'm kind of paraphrasing what it said, but I really agree with that post, because it's just like, you know what, you can still be a good person, even if you're doing things for selfish reasons, because yeah, you're being selfish, which is seen as being bad, but also, you're still helping people, or doing good things, or not being a bad person overall, so it's like, why is that a bad thing? You know what I mean? What's this? Did they leave the treasury unlocked? I doubt it. Yeah. But, you know, I've always kind of had, like, that same feeling, because it's like, I tend, you know, I fall into that category, which is like, a lot of the stuff I do that's good for other people, one of the main reasons I do it does happen to be because, yeah, it's gonna benefit me in some way, which I feel bad about. But also, I'm still doing the good thing for these other people, right?
Kudo's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your
It's an
stomach
array of
making all
guard
the
weaponry.
racket.
It appears to be quite well maintained. Yet Kisara's in here. What do you want to say? Whatever you all think of him personally, we guardsmen have sworn an oath of loyalty to serve and protect Lord Dolahalim. Anyone who attempts to disturb the peace and stability that our lord has worked so hard to realize shall be met with no mercy. Gotcha, okay. Ooh, haha, chest. Pork bun recipe. Well, that's something. The best offense is a good shield, an illustrated guide to shields, Shield Historia. Whoever owns these books sure likes shields. Yeah, I wonder who that could be. But anyways, so yeah, it was just like, I thought it was a really good concept, and the fact that there was actually, again, I can't remember if it was a philosopher or a study that was done or something, basically that, oop, that one's locked too, basically found that to be the case. I was like, oh, that's really interesting and a good way to put it, that basically you're still a good person because you're still doing the good things. You'd be a bad person if you were doing bad things just to benefit yourself. Okay, that one's locked. What about the dining room? Oh, no, this is the office. The other one was the dining room. So anyways, it was just a little something that I had read the other day and I thought was really interesting. Is there any chest in here? Is there nothing in here? Nope, nothing but that mean old guy telling us to get out of town. But yeah, again, it was just an interesting concept that I was just like, you know what, I know a lot of people that are also like that, to where they feel bad because they're only doing a good deed, you know, to benefit themselves. It's just like, but they're a really good person. Why do I keep hitting that button? They're a really good person overall, so I'm like, you know, you shouldn't feel bad for that. Okay, so is there like a first floor? Is this the first floor? Is there more rooms? Because I could have swore there was more rooms than just those, like, 6 rooms I went to. Yep, here's a whole other floor of rooms. Okay, so we got... Oh, but luckily it's just the kitchen, staffs, 2 storerooms, and a library. Okay. So we'll start here on the left. But yeah, just a little food for thought, though, that basically, you know, what constitutes a good person?
Do you
Ooh.
sense one of your friends,
There's an
Kudo?
owl in here? Oh, I hear him.
I wonder what we can
That
do with
hoo-hoo
this.
sounded hilarious. Oh, he's
If
got
you
a
can't
crown.
decide, I'll have it raw.
Who?
Hey, wait! Don't eat that!
That hoo-hoo was hilarious. Yeah, that one right there, because it's just like, I just heard that being like,
Kudo, one of your
hoo-hoo.
buddies.
Steal some food from the kitchen, because Shion's always hungry. I got a lemon from the pineapple. Interesting. Okay, so that was the kitchen, then the one next to it, was that the staff room? Because the other 2 were storerooms, right? Yeah, staff waiting room. see, we got some milk. Some peach gel hidden under the pillow. And I think that's it for this room. Okay, so just 2 storerooms and a library. Hey, good thing that Dolahim is pretty nice because we are technically raiding his castle. Or palace, I guess it's not technically a castle. They call it a palace, right? What is the difference between a castle and a palace? Is it because a castle is more like a stronghold? Ooh, a chest. That's a good question. Now I'm very curious. Okay, is the difference like because a palace is more like ornate, whereas a castle is more supposed to be like have a function? You know what I mean? To be like something to guard or something? Well, not guard, but to be like sturdy, you know what I mean? Like a stronghold? Is that what the difference is? Or is there no difference? It's just different terms? Or... Now I'm really, really curious. I'm gonna have to look that up after this video. Or if you know, comment down below, because I would love to...
What could this be?
Little random stuff like that, I really am interested in. It's really got me thinking, though, because it's like, okay... Because a palace, it always seems like palaces, or is it just like the type of building it is? Like, are castles ones that are like built out of stone, whereas palaces are built out of... No, because this looks like stonework. So I'm trying to think, because it's like, okay... Like, in the movie Aladdin, okay, Agrabah Palace, so is it because it's not technically a stronghold? I mean, it does have walls and whatnot, but it's not necessarily like... I don't know.
Whoa! What is this place?
I am,
The
like,
shelves
very
are filled with
intrigued
books.
now.
Not just Renin books either. There are tons of
I
Danon
want to
ones
know.
too.
This is it.
Rinwell, I get that you're excited, but we've got more
Introduction to the
important
government
things
of
to worry about
Blennigus.
right now.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Is there anything interesting in here, or is it just all the books? More books, more books, more books. Nothing, nothing. I don't think there's anything in here except books, huh? Oh, nope. Had to prove me wrong. Get orange gel. 2,451 days left. 2,450 days left. It's the diary of a Renin who counted down the days of the crown contest. That, I don't know why, but that just gave me like some anxiety for some reason. That was weird. I was like, why are they counting down? Ooh, an omelet recipe. No wonder that that gourmet guy was able to steal recipes from this place. They're just kind of thrown all over the place. Not that hard to find. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can head back to our inn is where we're supposed to go, right? Dang, I was hoping there was a teleport point. But right to the front of the palace. Well, I guess it's just for this door. Duh. Isn't that long of a run. I'm just lazy, and I always like to teleport everywhere. Could you imagine having the ability to teleport just anywhere you want? I mean, one, vacation-wise, that would be amazing to be able to just teleport to fun vacation spots. But just being able to teleport even just like, oh, I gotta go to the store. Poof, you're there.
Do you really think we should trust accommodations from a Renin lord? How do we know it's safe?
Like we have any other choice. We can't go and set up camp outside of town at this hour.
Honestly, I'd still take that over staying here. What if they try to kill us in our sleep?
I doubt that's the case. His best chance to kill us would have been back at the palace. His true intentions aside, for now, at least we're in his good books.
Then we probably shouldn't test his patience. Let's find that inn and check in.
Interesting. All we ever got was a tattered blanket, a rock-hard bed, and well past its prime food.
What are you talking about?
What we got for our slave labor back in Calaglia. As you can tell, it wasn't much at all. Here, the Danons get the same basic amenities, but the quality is way better than anything we were given. Hell, apparently they even get time off to do what they want. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure how to take all this in.
Could it be that things were simply harsher in Calaglia compared to everywhere else?
It was the same in Cislodia, too. Our buildings and clothing were equipped to handle the cold, but that was the only difference. Working the floodlights was a form of punishment, so we didn't really get rewarded for anything that we did.
Yeah, you could be assigned to fix food or make daily necessities too, but when all was said and done, most of that stuff went to the Renins. There wasn't much in the way of compensation for any of that, so I'd say that Cislodia and Calaglia were both pretty awful.
Then Elda Menancia really is unusual.
To say the least. Hell, I might even go so far as to call it crazy. but the fact remains, Danans aren't free here.
Yeah, no matter how happy they look, they're still slaves.
I don't even know what to think right now. This is all way too much to deal with. It's giving me a headache. So that was Lord Dohalim, huh? He sure is something. Definitely not like the other lords we've met up until now.
At first, he sounded like just some snobby royal, but he immediately shut down Shion's surprise attack. He's tougher than he looks.
Definitely. After all, he's a lord for a reason.
The food was pretty damn good, too.
Why are you two complimenting him? You just said it yourself, Alphen. He's a Renan lord.
Yeah, but he didn't act hostile towards us.
You're reading him wrong. He's acting indifferent. He's attempting to keep some distance between himself and everyone else. It's obvious.
What are we going to do then? Vicent seems to be legit peaceful. Are we just gonna do as he says and leave things be?
I'm not entirely sure. For now, I think it would be best for us to rest at the inn and think about our options.
And on that note, I think we're going to end this part here, because those skits kind of took us a little over where I was wanting to go, but oh well. Anyways, next time we'll continue back to our inn and basically go rest up and see what the next day brings, if we're just going to leave, because I mean it is peaceful here, but they're technically still slaves even if they aren't being treated as such, so... Yeah, definitely Alphen's got a lot on his plate. But anyways, we'll do all that next time. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, remember to like it. Comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. I look forward to hearing from you guys, especially if you know what the difference is between a palace and a castle, because like I said, that is really bothering me now. But anyways, and remember to subscribe if you want to see more from me in the future. Until next time, see ya!